starting now.
Yes, we're starting now.
We're starting now.
Okay, take 7. Guys.
All right,
Hello.
so we're the Cinema Buns. This is our first podcast. We're going to be talking about winter 2016/17 anime. Current anime.
Things we have a list of anime that are going to come out. I'm sorry if this sounds incredibly forced and uncomfortable, but that's because it is. Because we tried to make it sound natural. We went in like 9 different times, and on the 8th try, we decided let's go.
We got a list. Live Chart Me or something is the website, and the first one on there is Konosuba Season 2, I think.
Alright, so let's talk about Konosuba Season 2.
Let's hit it.
Okay. So I've seen 2 episodes of the first season of
How many are there
Konosuba.
total?
There's 10.
Okay, so
first season, and there's also 10
you watched
in the
like a
second
5th
season.
of it.
I've watched basically a 5th of it, yeah.
That's a weird number for a season to end on.
It is. It really is.
I've seen a few shows.
I think it's because of
Blood Lad.
Good example. Everyone loves and knows Blood Lad.
Wait, was it 10 episodes long?
You know it.
Of course I know it.
Was it 10 episodes long?
Yeah, it's 10 episodes. It's the only anime I've ever seen that's 10 episodes long. 10 seconds long.
It's 10
It's a really quick anime. That's why not many people know it, guys.
It's the first
Okay,
Vine
Konosuba
anime.
Studio Dean.
Okay. So all I know about Konosuba is that it's a lot like ReZero. It's like the otaku stranded in a fantasy world, like SAO. But it's unlike ReZero, it's more like a parody or like a satire of these kind of things. It's kind of like what One Punch Man does with Shonen, right?
Yeah, it is, and it's also not because it uses the comedy as like a kind of base layer. Then it kind of just goes on its own and does its own thing with that, and it's.
So you're saying it doesn't commit to the parody necessarily?
It does it, but it's like also goes off on its own thing. Like it makes its characters like.
Is there there's like serious aspects to this show, right? It's not just the parody.
There's serious aspects to the show.
You're good.
But there's also like depth to it.
Okay.
There's more to it than
there's
just
substance.
the parody.
It's not just jokes.
Exactly.
And you can tell this from 2 episodes in, so
From
that
2
means it
episodes in,
definitely picks up from just.
And I haven't even met all the characters yet. So
From what I understand, it's like pretty critically acclaimed.
Yeah.
Right? Like most people enjoy watching this show and really love the hell out of it.
I like the
love
little thumbnail
Konosuba.
picture. The character design looks cool.
Apparently,
It looks really bright.
I like the
animation-
blue-haired lady.
The animation does look a little bit different from the first season. I don't think it looks bad. I honestly like it, but I know a lot of people don't like the animation because it looks more detailed in at least the thumbnail.
Right.
But the people just apparently don't like it. Apparently, it's not as good in the actual show.
You got to think that, like, okay, now it'd be hard. This isn't really a good comparison because there's probably not like diehard fans of Konosuba yet. But like in shows like JoJo, where it goes from like Stardust Crusaders to Diamond is Unbreakable, and the animation gets pretty much objectively better.
Right.
People hated it. Like most JoJo fans were super opposed.
I don't
was
think
going on there.
I don't think it's as drastic though as like JoJo's. Like,
Of course, that's a big style shift, but like
between part 3 and 4, that was like
It could also be a drop-off in quality with Konosuba because none of us have seen past 2 episodes.
yeah, we're completely making comparisons out of our ass here.
Yeah.
But there's always the possibility we're way wrong on this.
I've seen one thumbnail of it on Crunchyroll. It's in somebody's queue. I don't have a Crunchyroll that's mine.
You know what I have seen? Do you guys know that weird German guy who does disgusting anime videos on YouTube, like Filthy Frank videos?
Melon
Definitely
Pan.
What's his name?
His name's Melon Pan.
Melon Pan. Okay, so I've seen Melon Pan. This guy's a big fan of Konosuba.
Is
He's a big fan. He's a big fan of any anime with girls in it.
Yeah.
Hey, is this gonna be PG? Like PG-13? What are we shooting for
Hell
here?
no.
Absolutely not. Not if you go watch his videos. If we're
I'm talking about
it,
our podcast.
He just kind of like grinds on shit and does a lot of noises and grunts.
All right, let's move on.
Okay. Anyway. Okay. So I on Blue Exorcist.
I know Exorcist.
I know
All
Exorcist.
right.
Okay, that's Blue Exorcist, correct?
Yeah,
that's
A1
Blue
Pictures.
I've heard so many good things about the first part of Blue Exorcist, but that was like 6 years ago. Because
Was
I know
it
that
actually?
when I was hearing good things, it was in middle school, and we are in college, so it's been a while.
Is it actually that old?
Yes.
I thought it was like a 14 anime.
At least, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I remember I had like a buddy who talked to me about it a lot in middle school, and that some people have recently gotten into it because of the second season. But I know that it was like a big deal that it's back now or whatever.
Which
and that
is
people were
cool.
really excited about it.
Yeah, I know people are really excited about it.
I know very little about it.
It falls into a lot of genres I like watching according to this list.
Yeah.
Every genre.
Yeah.
Here, I really like
Fantasy,
watching.
shonen, supernatural.
Action.
It ticks all the marks.
I've heard the manga compared to My Hero quite a bit, and I really like My Hero Academia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's just the manga, though.
Right.
So
I've read
you
some of
never
the
know.
manga.
Have you?
Yeah, I've read
A
some
Blue
of the
Exorcist?
manga. No, not Blue Exorcist.
Oh, My Hero.
My Hero, yeah.
Okay.
Is
So-
that Winter? Is that season 2 Winter?
That's gonna be in spring.
Okay.
Hey, buddy, if it's not on this list, we can't talk about it.
Aren't you watching this one with the Masamune-kun No Revenge?
Okay. I've
heard you talk about this.
I have some stuff to say about this.
I've heard you talk about it. But
So,
that's it.
Masamune-kun No Revenge, which is basically just Masamune-kun's Revenge in English.
Okay.
It's not Moon Runes. It's a comedy harem, and
right.
there's basically like 10,000 of these on the market, and
So what makes this one special?
this one's actually good because the concept is actually really unique in the fact that like
I like the synopsis.
It sounds interesting. I didn't know she was tubby. She
yeah
got made fun
no
of.
no it's not the girl, the boy. The boy is, so what happens is, here's the basic plot
Okay.
Oh, I get it
view
now.
over. So basically the boy liked her.
Oh, timeout. Okay.
Yeah.
I just read the full thing, and
Yeah.
it says, determined to one day exact his revenge upon her, Makabe begins a rigorous regimen of self-improvement and personal transformation.
Yeah.
So
So
he's-
the dude is like, he's buff and he's like actually attractive compared
Yeah.
to like every other
And
standard.
so that's his revenge.
Yeah, he gets buff and then he's like, I've won.
That's
No,
over.
no, he's like trying to...
No, okay. So his revenge is he's gonna make the girl fall in love with him.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like,
And
he's
then-
going to improve himself.
Yeah, improve himself and then make the girl fall in
She'll
love
have
with him.
no choice but to love him because he's
Yeah.
so damn jacked.
Exactly.
Pretty
that's
much.
That's exactly. And then he's
Okay,
gonna
I do
break
like
That
her
sounds
heart.
hysterical.
How many
It's
episodes in
actually-
is it?
This one, I'm pretty sure it's 12 episodes.
12?
It's 12. It's on
It's
episode
currently
3.
yeah, it's currently at
currently
3.
on
Okay.
episode. Well, episode 3 comes out in a few days.
In 1 day, 13 hours, 18 minutes, and 57 seconds and counting.
As of this recording.
If they're watching the
Mr.
podcast exactly as we record it, which is definitely possible,
Which is possible.
Yeah.
then they know exactly when it's coming out.
That
If you're
could
watching
happen.
this live stream,
Live stream from a car.
Yeah, we are in my car. We did such a bad job on the intro.
We did.
I feel like I want to...
Yeah.
You know what? Retrospectively, this voice is Seth's.
This is Haden.
Noah?
Yeah. I want to let people know.
Yeah.
Because, like, we in the descriptions of our videos, we're like, today Seth gave a review of, and they're like, okay, we don't fucking care. You're the same exact person. The writing sounds
Hey,
similar.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
our voices are distinct. Mine's
They're-
quiet,
I think-
Hayden's is loud, yours is somewhere in between.
Yeah, people definitely
Okay.
recognize yours.
It's if they can hear me.
Hey.
I'm in the back seat, mind you. They put the quietest person in the back seat of this car.
I just
It
realized.
wasn't a bad decision.
I
The mic
just-
is closest to you.
I just realized that we had you in the back seat.
Oh, yeah.
He volunteered for this.
Did
I
you
didn't
actually?
volunteer. You guys got in the
No,
car.
no,
There's no
not
seats
true.
open in
Hayden
the
was
front.
inside. That's not true. Hayden was inside.
No, I was coming out into the car.
No, you got in the car first,
No,
and
no,
then
I
you
didn't.
left.
No.
No,
That's a lie.
you were in the
No,
car first.
No.
I
You
did get in the car first and chose
You
the
got
back
in the
seat.
car first, and you chose the
I
back
was
seat.
definitely wrong. I am so sorry.
You shouldn't be sorry. Everyone could probably hear you.
Okay.
I'm gonna laugh so damn hard if it just sounds like Hayden's insane and that
Yeah,
we're
he's just
sitting here
talking to
talking to
himself.
nothing.
Talking to myself.
This is the part where I back out and stop talking. Nobody will ever know I was here. All right,
But,
is
wait. Masamune-kun.
Okay,
fat
okay,
guy
yeah.
gets ripped, gets revenge.
Fat guy gets revenge, gets ripped, and then makes the girl fall in love with him, and then,
And then he
X her.
dumps the shit
Yeah.
out of her.
Is that the
Basically,
plan? Is to
that's-
axe her
that's
afterwards?
the plot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
I feel
far,
like I've heard about like something like this before.
It
like a
sounds
similar,
sounds
like,
familiar.
story.
Honestly,
But I don't think I've ever heard of something doing it. It seems like an
Yeah.
idea that should have been done before.
it's
Maybe.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure somebody's probably done it before. There's
The
so
only thing
much
passing
media
through
out
my
there.
mind right now is
it's
Prompto.
the first one I've seen, and I like it. And the execution is not bad. It's pretty good. It's kind of standard harem stuff, but the execution is really kind of
Right.
or the
Presentation.
presentation's not bad. It's honestly the music is actually kind of good. The music in the show is
How's
actually
the art?
not bad. The art is
I can't tell from the thumbnail
the
really.
art's pretty standard.
Like
It's
run of the mill.
run-of-the-mill
harem stuff.
Yeah.
What's
But
I've never heard of Silverlink. I actually don't know
Silverlink,
what
they've
they're doing.
made a couple things.
If you click on it, I think it'll show.
Like if I click on Silverlink.
No, it goes to their website.
Oh, yeah, I can read all this.
Silverlink.co.japan.
Okay.
I see a bunch of t-shirts.
Anything else to say about Masamune?
No, it's pretty good though, and
Alright.
I'm very interested. It's probably my favorite anime I've watched so far. Well, actually, no, we'll get to that.
All right. What about Kuzu no Honkai?
What is this
Anybody got
What
anything to
is
say
this,
about
actually?
Kuzu no
I've actually-
Honkai?
Drama,
I've never
romance,
seen-
school, seinen. No, I've never heard of a show that has all of these genres. Drama,
Actually-
romance, school, and seinen. Now,
Yeah,
that's just crazy.
That's
That's
This is really
unheard
neat.
of.
Let's read the description. 17-year-old Japanese words. And
Awayamugi.
Japanese
That was not that bad.
I can't do it.
Yasuroka Hanabi.
Yasuroka Hababi
Hababi.
appear to be the ideal couple. That's all we need to know.
They're both pretty popular.
This is a show I'm jumping on.
Okay, I'm going to binge watch all 2 episodes tonight. Oh, 1 episode. The second one comes out in 1 day, 50 hours, 40 minutes, and 31 seconds. I will binge watch it and get back to you.
Adra Ram Shashinen. That sounds so good.
Oh, hey, I've heard of the next one. Tales of Zestiria, Well, I mean, I
Wasn't
know
that
the
a game?
Yeah, the Tales games.
This was a game. Did you watch the anime?
Oh, it's like the Tales of Symphonia.
Yeah,
Tales
it's
of
basically
Symphonia.
Tales of Symphonia game, but they made it into an anime.
Okay.
Did you watch the first season of this?
I have not seen any of the anime, but I like the games a lot.
I do like the Tales of games a lot. I liked a couple of them on
I
the
played
fan of
Symphonia.
Symphonia.
Yeah,
I only
Symphonia
played
is really
Symphonia.
good.
Okay, so I haven't played this game, but I watched the first couple episodes. I watched the first 2, I believe, of Tales of Zestiria.
Was it good?
Can't say it was too great, honestly.
Yikes. You're
it
mixed?
I'm pretty mixed. Like, okay.
Are you mixed or are you negative?
I'm mixed, but leaning towards negative because I don't think it was awful.
Okay.
It's just the premise was very, and I assume the premise is all about.
It did well enough to get a second season.
So I guess a lot of people like this, but I honestly, I wasn't too impressed. I was pretty bored when I was watching the first 2 episodes. It seemed pretty standard to me.
Do you think it was like a pacing thing, or do you think it was just not interesting?
I think it was a bit of both, because the pacing was really off, because the exciting stuff in the first episode happens near the end of the first episode.
That's a good way to hook people into a new show.
It's a good way to hook, but up until that point, I was so bored that I was basically kind of out of it, and I was... At one point, I was just making fun of the show.
But to yourself?
Shit. No, I was watching it with my sister, actually.
Oh, okay.
Did you play the Zestiria game, like that specific one, Tales of game?
No, I did not.
If this is anything like the Final Fantasy 15 anime, it might be more of a tie-in than it is like its own unique
because I wouldn't watch the Final Fantasy 15 anime until after I'd played the game, because it feels way more special.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've watched it.
It does add a lot. If you're a fan of Final Fantasy 15, you will enjoy the anime, but if you're watching it to get into the games or watching it separately from the games, you probably won't really understand or appreciate most of what's going on.
We almost made a video on this.
Yeah. We got really close to it before.
Right. Next anime is Fuka.
All right. Fuka.
No, wait.
Fuka
says ecchi. Do we want to talk about it?
I do.
We have both watched it.
Okay. Wait, have you seen it?
I have watched Fuka.
How many episodes have you seen?
I have seen 1 and 2. I have not watched 3.
I got a couple minutes into 3,
okay,
and then I dropped out because I was just like, I can't take this.
I was getting there in the middle of 2.
Okay. I didn't know you watched this.
I was too embarrassed to tell anyone. I thought the girl in the front was cute. Okay.
Okay, I did too, but then what I didn't like about it was literally first episode is she's basically tsundere standard character, but then by the end of it, for no reason, there's no reason at all as to why she completely flips character and starts to like the main dude.
Well, I don't know. They
Wait, this happens in the first episode?
Yeah, first episode.
That's a mid-season thing.
This is the first...
They bond.
Okay.
There is actual legitimate bonding.
No, it happens before the bonding. The bonding...
There's it hits the general beats of oh, hey, I bumped into you, I dropped my books, picked them up, look into each other's eyes.
Are they a band? I didn't read the synopsis.
I never got to the music.
Okay, so...
The music didn't come in. Okay, so basically, general premise is, there's this kid who's really obsessed with Twitter. Okay?
Oh my god.
On his cell phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, first scene, he's walking down the street, gets, decked by this girl running, because he's staring at his phone, so he gets, decked by this girl running down the street.
Yeah.
And she drops her CD collection.
Okay.
And he drops his phone, and she thinks he's taking an upskirt shot of her, and so she gets pissed and breaks his phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they find out they go to the same school now, whatever.
Yeah, yada, yada,
He returns
yada.
one of her CDs she dropped. They start building a relationship, blah, blah, blah. Develop a relationship.
Okay.
They do, but, she
I
starts...
thought it was tastefully done when they went on their date.
I did like...
Spoilers.
Oh, yeah, this
For the
is
first
spoiler
2
territory.
episodes.
But, okay.
I feel like you're pretty safe from spoilers with the first 2.
Okay. But I liked their bonding, but I think she was honestly, too into him. Even before the bonding, though.
That's a problem with a lot of romance anime in general.
Yeah, that's true. So I will say, animes like this are a dime a dozen.
Oh, yeah.
For every one good one, there's at least 10 or 15 bad ones. And I don't think this one is the worst.
My biggest problem with this one was there was a ton of fan service with the main character's sisters.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what's the word? Incestuous?
Yeah.
Oh, I
got
really hate that.
uncomfortable.
I really don't like that.
Like basically, he gets home in the second episode, and all of his sisters are naked and like in their undergarments, and he's like, "Please stop!" And they're like, "Oh, we're related." It's like that weird, like uncomfortable, like tension thing.
It happens twice. Remember?
Yes, it does happen more than once.
In the first episode or in the first two?
First couple.
two.
Yeah,
it's first two.
First
I'm pretty
two.
sure.
Okay.
That was what turned me off the most. I was interested in where the story between the main guy and girl was going, but not enough to keep watching the show, probably.
Yeah. I do like... Okay. Actually, no, wait. Did you talk... I don't know if we're allowed to talk about this because it's a little bit of spoilers, but there's another character. So it's basically... It's standard love triangle.
Yeah,
kind of.
in the synopsis on Crunchyroll, it talks about how there's a love triangle that's going to happen, and I knew it was coming, so it didn't really take me by surprise, and it shouldn't take anyone else by surprise.
It's... Okay, just to wrap it up, Fuka's not awful.
And I could see it becoming good by the end of it. I may go back sometime. I'm not going to actively watch it, but
I'm not actively watching it.
I'll be honest. I'm not super interested, but if one of you comes to me and you're like, "Hey, Fuka surprised the hell out of me. This was fantastic," I'll go check it out. But I think I'm going to go ahead and preemptively say I probably will not watch this.
Probably.
All right.
Honestly, it's not worth it.
Next show on the list is one of my favorite shows, potentially of all time, if it stays as good as the first episode.
Okay. All right.
It's Little Witch. Little Witch Academia.
This was the show I was talking about earlier. It said my favorite 2017 so far, and it shows...
If it lives up to what the first episode
I have not seen
set
it.
forth.
Just putting that
so like
out there. I have not seen either episode because
you were a big fan of the first short, correct?
I was a big fan of the first short, and I was a big fan of some things in the second short.
Well, the second short
And
did
I'm a
like
big
animation.
Trigger
Okay,
fan.
yeah, everybody. Trigger's fantastic.
Kill la Kill's like my second favorite anime of all time.
I love even like the small stuff. Luluko, Kisniver was great until the end. We talk about this so much. But
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, as far as like Little Witch is concerned, I thought the first little short that they did, the one that was done, it was either right before or right after Kill la Kill. The first one they produced was really, really great.
The second one came a little bit after Kill la Kill, because I remember Kill la Kill ended, and I looked up what they were working on, and it was The Enchanted Parade.
Okay, The Enchanted Parade is the one that I wasn't crazy about. Not because of anything other than the writing.
They
the direction was
writers.
still... Okay, yes, they did. Right. The direction was still great. The animation was still great. Character dynamics were okay, but like the way that everything was working, the way that it was written, it was like they expected you to know a ton about these characters and like there had been a ton of setup, but it just wasn't there.
Yeah.
So every time they had an interaction or things didn't go right or things went really well, it felt out of place and awkward because there was no precedent.
They also backtracked on all of the characters who had been developed. It seemed like characters who got development in the first short basically started from zero. It was like the first short hadn't happened and they started over. I'm assuming that the show does it pick up from the movies or does it reboot?
The show is starting from an area where neither of them had covered. Okay, what?
I've seen the first two episodes.
Right.
So
I haven't seen the second one yet.
I've seen the second. I watched it last night. But okay.
I've seen neither.
So I've only seen the first movie. I have not seen the second one.
This is written by the writer of the second one. So going into this, I was really apprehensive and worried that she was going to, not really know what she was doing again and kind of mess it up because the dialogue in that second in The Enchanted Parade is so bad. Like legitimately. It gets hard to watch sometimes.
It's at first we thought it was a dub problem.
Yeah.
Because we were watching the dub on Netflix.
Yeah, the dub
and we started switching back and forth, and the sub wasn't a whole lot better. It was mostly just better because we couldn't hear what they were saying.
Yeah.
Okay. But I've watched the first two episodes, and I really, really, really like this show. I didn't think this was possible, but they're really able to capture like the charm of the first movie, and they're able to put it into a 24 episode show.
They're
25
honestly, they're amping up the charm that the first movie had because they're doing such a damn good job with the characters because they're taking it one step at a time. They're doing what the Enchanted Parade did, or they're doing good what the Enchanted Parade did wrong. Because like the Enchanted Parade had you start like half a mile all the way down the line, but this one took 2 steps back, and it's happening before any of the movies. It's an origin story, at least right now.
I remember that they teased that before it came out. There was like a teaser for the new Little Witch Academia. Well, it was them entering the school.
They're doing a really good job of setup so far.
I don't know where this takes. It's still a little bit hazy. I think this is basically its own thing. I think this is like...
Is it separate from the canon
from
of
what
the
I understand, is it's going to override the canon of the movies potentially. It's basically starting from scratch, and anywhere it does
Is it like what
override,
Super did with the Dragon Ball movies? With Battle of the Gods and Revival of Earth?
Maybe, but the thing is, there's different little setups between the movie.
I'm assuming the
and...
show's canon will take precedent over anything else.
That's what I figured. That the first two were just kind of like test runs to see what worked and what didn't.
If
and
it interrupts anything,
honestly, at this point, it's kind of hard to tell. But all I know is, in the show so far, there's been new stuff. Nothing old has happened yet. It's only been new stuff.
It's going to cover the old stuff, almost guaranteed.
Probably, more likely than not. Also, what I wanted to talk about earlier, the characters are actually kind of built a little bit different than how they were before. At least from what I remember.
Like in design or built like in personality?
In design. Or not design, but like, in personality.
In personality, and like their personnels are slightly different.
Who's different?
Okay. They feel pretty... Okay. Keep in mind, I watched The Enchanted Parade most recently, and the writing in The Enchanted Parade of the characters was probably most similar to what's in the show. And they seem... From what I remember from the first short, it seems like they're pretty similar to that, but I mean, I'm not positive.
Well, in the first movie, I don't...
What's different? You can talk about specifics.
So you can talk about character aspects.
Diane, the blonde that was...
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
do that
I definitely know.
Did they change her in the second movie?
Yes, and also I know in the show that you're right. They are doing some different things with Diane because she was like presented as like an antagonist in the original movie.
Yeah, and
Diane is much more of a character in the shows.
Okay.
She's just kind of like a rival.
Yeah, she's really
no. That's pretty much how they presented her in the first film.
She
was not an antagonist. She was a rival student.
She was a lot more malicious than she is so far in the show.
Yeah, in the show so far, she's not malicious.
Sort of like a classic like trope kind of thing where like there's a student who's better than you at stuff and they're pretentious, but then something happens that knocks them off their high horse and it turns out they're better friends than they thought and they could form a relationship.
And it's almost like she's starting off the high horse at this point in the show.
Yeah, starting on her high horse.
No, she's starting off of it.
Right,
and then she gets on it after she meets. Well, she doesn't. Not even like she's not pretentious. Yeah, as much as she was before.
She's a lot more down to earth than she was in the movie. Because in the movie, it's like, okay, like all the popular girl trope characters are like detached from everybody and don't care what other people think.
Yeah. And she still has a posse that's like that. Because I remember in the movie,
her posse was more pretentious than she was. Yeah. I remember that.
And it's still like that in the show.
She was more down to earth than her posse. She wanted to be the best and she felt like she was the best, but she wasn't like being a jerk like the rest of her group.
Right.
She wasn't like a mean girl.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then, okay, it is pretty similar.
It is, okay.
That's what I remember.
In retrospect. Because I thinking more about, or thinking back to the first movie, they are pretty much the same character. She was just in a different place. It was like a matter of setting, not a matter of the character being different.
Right. Okay. And real quick, because I know we're going on a little bit about Little Witch. Yeah. It's good. You should definitely watch it. But real quick, I want to talk about another character. Professor Ursula. I remember blue hair.
The one with the really bad voice acting?
Yes.
That was in the English dub.
In the English dub.
Well, yeah,
in the Japanese she's fine. In this one, she has way more character than I even remember having.
She didn't have a character in it. She was just a teacher. Like, if you go to like TV tropes, go to teacher, that would be her character in the original movie. She has a character now.
In this one, she has a lot more character, and I'm really, really happy about that.
She's also directly involved with everything that's going on.
She is.
She was like a background auxiliary character in the movie, but now she's like
actually up front and
and they're doing a really good job with her.
Yeah. Overall, though, Little Witch is really good. If you liked either of the movies, you should definitely
or like Trigger or like Harry Potter
or like Trigger or like Harry
cute
Potter.
Girls and really good stories and great animation. It's just really good.
So if you're a human being, you should watch Little Witch. It's pretty good.
Okay, so
Handshakers by Go Hands.
Okay.
I just wanted to point out the studio name is Go Hands, the show name is Handshakers, and the synopsis
It's a documentary about the creation of their studio. Come on.
The synopsis ends with protect with your own hands. These people really like hands.
They know what they're doing. That's intentional.
Okay, we can move on, but I just wanted to point that out.
That.
Interview with Monster Girls is the next one. I don't know if that's actually the English name because the Japanese name is
demi-chan wakataritai.
It's something similar to that in the English or the English name of it is.
Okay.
It is.
Have you watched it?
I watched an episode because one of our friends put it on, and I was about to go to sleep. It was like 3 a.m, and I watched most of the episode from behind a phone screen, so I can't really make judgments on this one. But it seemed pretty... Okay, so like the idea is unique. I don't really know how to explain it other than like there's a professor and he interviews monster girls, and it's about that simple.
Hey, there's a synopsis right here if you just want to read it.
Okay, fair enough. Monsters of legend walk among us, going by the name demi-humans. Ever since... Who?
He's.
Who is he's?
He's.
There's ever since the professor, I'm gonna call him.
I guess
one young
professor.
man has become obsessed with them. Okay, it's implied that that's the professor.
That's
This synopsis
not even-
is bad.
That's not
Okay.
even a correct sentence. Ever since he's discovered the Demis. Okay. Anyway.
Ever since he's discovered the Demis, one young man has become obsessed with them. So when he gets a job as a teacher at a high school for Demi-girls, it's a dream come true.
He's a teacher.
Yes, he's like super old, and he interviews them, and they're cutesy girls, and one of them doesn't have a head. And
Is there any like weird stuff going on between them?
I looked up twice, and definitely.
Oh man.
It's pretty uncomfortable. Yeah, we'll just skip it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Chaos Child.
Chaos
you want to
Child.
talk about it?
This one's.
The cover looks interesting. Taking place in October 2015, 6 years after the.
I was
it's a
actually-
sequel. We can't really talk about it without knowing what Chaos Head is.
Is it a sequel? Oh, it is a
Yeah.
sequel.
Oh.
Abnormal events begin to. Oh,
Well.
damn. That
Fate
looks
Grand
interesting.
looks like it's part of a series too. This next
Yeah,
one.
Fate Grand Order
like
is
Fate
also-
blank. I see
Fate
that
is something.
everywhere.
Yeah. I don't really know what. Is it a game or was it an anime
It's a-
There's
first?
games
anime.
based off it, I think, but it's
Holy
not a game
God.
first.
Look
Oh,
at
hey.
Yoji Sentai.
Hey, check out
Magic
the
from
two
Studio
genres.
Nut.
Magic and military.
It's a nut in all caps.
The studio is a meme.
Okay,
Oh my God.
Magic and military sounds really cool, and I'm loving the synopsis actually.
Hold on. Blonde hair, blue
There's a
eyes,
little
porcelain.
girl, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Okay, wait. We should probably read this aloud. On the front line of the war, there's a little girl. Blonde hair, blue eyes, and porcelain white skin. She commands the army with lisping.
Lisping,
With a
it's like when
lisping
you
voice?
talk with a lisp,
Oh, she commands the army with lisping voice.
I think.
Her name is Tanya. I hope that's not wrong.
Oh man.
Tanya Degerchaff, but in reality, she's one of Japan's most elite salarymen, reborn as a little girl. Okay, this is strange.
After angering a mysterious being X who calls himself
God.
And this little girl who prioritizes efficiency and her own career over anything else will become the most dangerous being amongst the sorcerers of the Imperial Army.
Okay, I'm going to do my absolute best to find the picture that is right here because this is terrifying.
It
Yeah.
looks like it looks
I'm
like
guessing that's the little girl.
it looks like a Chucky cover.
Yeah, it does look
Yeah.
like Chucky.
Well, now I hate it. Thanks.
It's actually horrifying.
Hey, I've got some things to say about this next one.
I do.
You've
Did
seen
you watch?
Akiba Strip.
Did you watch this?
Okay, I have heard of the games. Akiba Strip.
Right.
They're like games where you go around like undressing women.
Is it like a hack and slash where you do that?
I
or-
think. I think you like fight and also undress women at the same time. If that's what I'm thinking of, I have
Okay.
seen it in stores.
Have you seen the actual anime though?
I have not seen the anime, but
I've
I'm 90%
watched-
sure that's what this is based off
I've watched
of.
a couple minutes of it. I did not watch all of it, so
Was
I
it-
don't have much to say.
if it's a couple minutes, how good could you have felt about it?
And
I-
also, there's a game about like you literally go around undressing people, girls specifically.
Yeah.
You're a perv, I think, but they're evil.
Vampires with an ability to take over anyone they bite seek their prey in the Otako Haven of Akihibara.
Yep, that's definitely the game.
That sounds
Yeah.
terrible. Okay,
It's-
well, we'll just move on.
Oh yeah. Let's just.
Wait,
Three no Lion looks cool.
We've gone through a lot, so let's start doing the ones that we're specifically interested in or know something about. Because we're already almost at 30 minutes, it looks like.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
the remainder of this list is gonna be a big. I know nothing
Okay,
about.
there's
Wait, no,
one.
there's one on here I'm waiting for.
Which one?
I mean, it's pretty far down, so I
Oh,
don't want to just
there's
jump
one
on it if you
No,
guys
go
have one
ahead,
before.
go ahead.
I'm gonna wait.
Wait,
I
all
assume
right, you
there's-
go first.
I'm sorry. There's one before it that
I know you've watched
ahead,
like
go
20
ahead.
of these.
Okay. You're gonna laugh when
What
I
is
say
it?
it.
I'm not.
All right. Kobayashi-san's Chino Maid Dragon.
Whoa.
Where is this?
It's right below Trickster.
What's it mean?
Oh,
What is it?
okay.
Basically, it's a comedy scene kind of slice of life thing. It's about a maid who is actually a dragon.
Damn, Haden.
And okay,
This sounds really deep.
and you know what it is?
Dragons
It's
have a
about-
lot of problems.
You know, the
Knights.
idea of substance is that there is something, and then below that there's something else. Like, it's not on the surface. And this girl on the surface, she's just a maid. But below that, what is
She's
she?
also a
dragon.
She's a dragon.
She's a dragon.
That's
But
nuts.
she's also
beneath her hard scales. Like there's an allegory
Oh,
here.
yeah, there's definitely something.
yeah.
Layers
There's
of
something to be
scales.
looked into.
Okay,
There's a warm heart, fire. There you go.
Oh, nice.
and she
Nice.
loves, so she uses that warm heart. But anyways, this is actually, it's not awful, like I
Alright.
thought it would be. I'm gonna keep an
You've
eye
seen
on
one
it.
episode.
I've
You've seen 2 minutes
I've
of one
seen-
episode, haven't you? Is this the one that you just
no,
said?
this I've actually seen a full episode.
Okay,
of this
okay,
one.
okay.
Okay.
I've seen a full episode of this one. It's not bad so far. It's kind of funny. It's hit and miss, honestly. But comedy is something that's really subjective. So
Right.
I
Yes.
wouldn't really say it's bad just because I didn't like some of the jokes. I laughed at a couple, but then there's some I didn't laugh at. I think it's something that you should watch, and if you think it's funny, keep watching it. I think it's something that's probably a lot of people should give the 3-episode test to see if it's funny, and if not, then just skip out on it.
Right.
Okay. Well, once there's 3 episodes, I may just do that.
Yeah. Well, hey,
all right,
episode 2's coming out in 14 hours.
I know. All right, so the one I was going to talk about is Gintama.
Let's go.
So this is like the first episode of Gintama 2017. It gets like rebooted every now and again, but it's not really a reboot. It's just rebranded. I don't know.
I was so surprised by that because we recently tried to get into Gintama, and it's like there's so much.
And we heard there was a reboot, and we were like, oh, we can start there. And I started looking it up, and people were like, no, you definitely you should watch it all. It's not really a reboot. It just keeps going. And I was like, oh. But it's so bizarre and funny and actually kind of cool when it wants to be that I really want to watch it, but...
I want to watch it because the story sounds super interesting. It's like, okay, so like the idea is like, it would have been if instead of China invading feudal era Japan, it's aliens, right?
It's aliens invading Edo era Japan, and they... basically, the samurai try to fend them off, and they lose, and so there's like a ban on like anything samurai culture, and the aliens move in, and... all the humans and samurai are kind of moved into slums and stuff. Sounds really cool. Sounds really serious, right? It's not at all. The whole show is, like, for lack of a better term, one big meme.
Okay, it's like, people make fun of funny XD random humor a lot, but Gintama does that, as weird as this sounds, tastefully.
It's so, like, it's really well thought out humor.
It's clever. A lot of it's really clever.
Like, the first episode of Gintama 2017, I watched the beginning of it, even though I'm not caught up remotely. They open up with like a 5-minute segment about them just talking about how they're in a new time slot, and they need to appeal to the viewers that are going to be watching during this time slot.
It's really meta.
It's super meta. That's the best word for it.
Yeah, it's meta, and they break the fourth wall literally constantly.
Every episode. There's an episode where they're mannequins in live action.
Yeah, one of the characters is literally a pair of glasses.
Yeah, and the other 2 are mannequins. And that's the episode. I mean, that's really...
It's strange, and it sounds like it wouldn't be funny, but if you watch it, for some reason it is, and they do a really good job.
And when it gets deep, it gets deep and good. Yeah. But it's hard to find that amongst the strange, bizarre parody comedy in between.
It's really strange.
It's the one on this list I'm most familiar with and am most likely to watch, aside from Little Witch.
I will probably keep watching Gintama alongside Little Witch.
I'd like to.
Honestly, I feel guilty for saying this, but there aren't many other shows on this list that I know anything about or are very interested in.
I've seen one, but I don't mind not talking about it.
Okay, so like the way that I approach shows generally isn't by looking at like a synopsis and deciding if I like it. I usually go word of mouth. Or like critic reviews, and then I'll be like, oh, well, that sounds cool, or that sounds like something I'd be interested in, and then I check it out. If I go synopsis, I don't know. Every time I've tried to go, like even like TV shows beyond anime and movies and stuff, if I read the synopsis and decide that I'll like it from that, I go into it with a mindset that I will, and then get disappointed. So I'm scared to go at it like that.
Mm-hmm. Right, which makes sense.
It's weird. I know that's like a strange thing to do.
I make a lot of my decisions with anime, at least, based on literally just looking through thumbnails and pictures, because like art design is something that like will get me into a show. Like if I like the way a character design looks, or like the way they've framed the setting in the shot. Like, and OPs do a good job of presenting this too. I'll go watch the show based on the visuals. Like a quick visual, if you show me that might be enough to get me to watch it. That's why I watched Fuka.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
See, like the OPs are almost like an advertisement for the show. Like they're trying to show off the best aspects of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was the reason I watched Mob, right? Was the OP. Mm-hmm. And after watching the OP, I went and watched, Mob Psycho 100. I watched up to episode 7. And like midway through, I realized that it felt really similar to One Punch Man, but didn't actually know that it was the little brother to One Punch Man until I was at that point and did some research. But God, I loved Mob Psycho.
The Gintama OPs are part of the reason why I was getting so into watching it. It's just because they're all really good.
They're all so good.
So good.
Like the over-the-top silly ones are presented in a really, really funny way.
Enjoyable way.
Yeah, they're all exciting. And then the energetic, serious Edo era ones all look so damn cool. And there's like tons of...
The newest one is no exception. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah, it's really good.
I love the effect they do with like the... This is not going to make any sense to anyone listening, but there's like... They'll show like them running, and there'll be like a little wavy effect that comes over them.
I know
and it shows
exactly
what they used to look like back in like Edo era. And that's like... I've never seen anything like pull off like animation like that. Or like
I
a
really
trick
love
like that.
The one, I don't remember which one it is specifically, but it's got a song by you know what the name of the band escapes me. I'm not even gonna try. But it's whenever all the sakura petals are falling at the beginning, and they use moonlight imagery throughout the whole thing. 13? Okay, yes.
I think it's opening 13.
And like the moon slowly gets bigger throughout the whole thing, and there's like so much imagery that represents thematics from the show. And I'm not gonna go into like details about that because spoilers. But like God, they do a great job with that.
It's so good. So yeah, Gintama, watch it. Maybe if we ever do. We'll probably talk about it at some point.
You know, we've really condoned 2 shows on this entire list.
I mean...
Fuka, kinda.
Fuka? Yeah, Fuka, baby.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to Fuka. I know I am. I don't know if you are.
I don't know. I feel like I may drop it. I didn't even finish the 3rd episode. I
haven't seen episode 3 yet.
You guys are giving me mixed feelings about Fuka.
I got a fourth of the way through Fuka, and then I was like, I don't know if I want to watch anymore.
For the most part, this list has a lot of things on it that I didn't expect to be interested in, and a lot of the bigger names or things I'm excited for in 2017 aren't winter. So it's stuff like One Punch Man Season 2. Yeah. You guys are interested in My Hero, I know.
Absolutely.
I'm too lazy to watch it. Sorry. Attack on Titan Season 2. We've been waiting forever for that guy. Can't wait for that.
Almost.
But I mean, this list, it's a good list. I'm sure there's a lot of good shows on here that people are going to enjoy. But personally, looking through it now, I don't know.
There's a lot of... Okay. There were so many. Like, I was reading through the synopsis really quick at the end, trying to find something, and it's just an ordinary. He's just an ordinary. She's just an ordinary 17-year-old.
Yeah.
There's what Haden was saying about there being a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
Applies to not just romance anime, but anime that take place in school in general are all almost exactly the same.
Yeah. And
we pretty much hit the unique ones, or like...
There were some towards the bottom that looked really unique, that looked more just cutesy and targeted towards children that we could have gone over, but what's the point?
This season's kind of...
We're also at 35 minutes, which is surprising.
Hayden, say what you're going to say about the season, we'll cut out.
This season it's good. It has good shows in it, but a lot of them are kind of samey, honestly.
You know what? I tell people this about anime as a genre all the time, is that there is literal mounds of dog shit that you're going to have to scrape through to find perfect diamonds, fantastic shows.
Right. And
beautiful media to consume is found within anime, but there's a lot of bad shows, overriding that.
That's applicable to a lot of forms of media. Like, there's
I was going to bring up this next.
When people create things, everybody and their mother wants to have a crack at it, but not everyone's good at it.
Yeah.
So
it's like, if you look at American TV,
is something you have to look for.
Yeah. If you look at American TV or American cinema specifically, there's like so many good movies that came out this year. Buried beneath things like Suicide Squad and Trolls the movie.
Yeah, Suicide Squad get tons of attention, and like a lot of it was even for being not that great, but like,
Yeah, exactly.
So you have to go through things like
every medium of genre.
Every medium or genre.
Every medium, that's what I meant to say. There you go. Every medium or genre is going to have a lot of bad things that come out from it, but there are really, really good things. And people just have this connotation about anime that it's either Dragon Ball or Sailor Moon or boobies. And like, that's what everyone thinks.
That's honestly...
So people avoid anime like the devil.
That's what I always thought anime was at first, before I actually started watching anime.
I remember you shat on me so hard when I was in high school. You used to bully me on the bus for liking anime.
Because you liked Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I liked Dragon Ball, and then I tried to tell you that I think it was Attack on Titan. Like, in mid-high school.
Yeah, and now you love Attack on Titan.
It's your favorite.
I remember you were watching Dragon Ball, and I thought you were super gay for that. And I watched Attack on Titan, and I was like, okay, this is the only cool anime that exists in the world.
Do you know why you watched Attack on Titan? Because I forced it into your ears.
I know you did.
And you were calling me gay the whole time. Because it was mid-high school. It's an awesome insult.
But in the end, I did really like it.
I've always liked anime.
I've always been a fan.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed it. I watched Dragon Ball Z as a kid. Dragon Ball, watching it on Toonami and stuff. I would stay up late and watching it. I'm watching Dragon Ball Super right now, the dub, because I don't like the Japanese voices, but it's really fun watching it again like I was a little boy. And I am looking forward to the rest of that this year, so that's something that's airing right now.
See, I want to get into that too. It was the same for me whenever I was a kid, only really with Naruto. I'd wait every Saturday until 9 o'clock slot.
Yeah, I did the same thing with Naruto.
I loved it.
I still love original Naruto, and Shippuden is good.
It gets so much crap because Shippuden was bad a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And people just kind of overlook the original Naruto as, it's all the same property, but the original Naruto has so much merit. Okay,
up until a certain point. Yeah. You have to remember that after the episode where Naruto and Sasuke have their climax, there's like a bunch of filler that's not good.
150 episodes of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 150 episodes.
So if you don't include that, original Naruto is great. If you do include that, I'd have to disagree a little bit.
Yeah. Hayden, I'm sorry we've gone off on this tangent. Was there anything else you wanted to say before we...
No, not really. Just that this anime season's not bad. There's some good ones, but...
And this year looks good.
You know what we can do? We will revisit and do another Buns in the Oven after everything's over.
Right.
And talk about what we've watched.
What we watched this season.
Yeah, and what we thought about it.
And hey, maybe Fuka will wind up in our year-end 2017 favorite anime of the year. Maybe Fuka will be
At the end of the year, I will give you $100.
If Fuka's our anime of the year?
If Fuka is my... anime of the year.
Shake on it right now.
I will shake on it right now. We are shaking. We are shaking our hands on it right now.
Well, guys, thanks a ton for watching. We'll be doing this again soon, probably, as long as it goes over well. So, thank you.
Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.
Bye.